we can kind of get through this meeting. There is going to be, when we get down to the financial report from CBiz, that'll be kind of an extended deal. I'll let Eric and Jonathan introduce themselves at that time and then go through the kind of things that have gone on with CBiz and everything along that. But we'll get to that point here in a few minutes. Glad everybody's with us this morning. So we'll go ahead and get started. The first item on the agenda is going to be the approval of the December 23rd meeting minutes. I sent those out. If anybody has any questions or anything like that, we can talk about that. Or if there's changes that need to be made, I can make those changes.
Mike, I'll make a motion to accept them.
Okay, we have a motion from Jeff Hayes to accept the minutes. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
I have a second from Cindy Culp. All in favor, say aye.
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 Anybody opposed?
Disregard that one. KB and route eastbound 70 at 470.
Motion's approved. Sorry, the dispatch audio caught me off guard. I'm like, that's not us. I don't think we're going anywhere yet. Is Kimberly on?
While the people may criticize.
Yes, I am.
Good morning, Kimberly. We'll go ahead and go over the financial report from the city for December of 2020.
115 state.
Okay. For December, which is halfway through our fiscal year, the OAP plan had a net income of $295,064, and the OAP2 plan had a $29,534 net income. That left us with an ending retained earnings or fund balance of $1,665,393. Went up a couple $100,000 from the last few months, so at least it's going up a little. The majority of that was due to the increase, though, was for the prescription rebate of $180,000, and then also the equipment was sold to the this old Staywell equipment for $25,000 was sold to the emergency operations. So that's most of the income for the month.
Deposits or causes.
Are there any specific questions?
Any threat to injure the addressee or of another. True threats express a present determination or intent.
I think somebody's got something going on in the background, some presentation that we're getting feedback from. Does anybody have any questions over the financial report that Kimberly presented for December 2020?
And actually, I'll make one more comment. I know Jonathan is on there. We usually adjust hi, I haven't met you before, or we haven't talked in person, some emails. We usually update the IBNR as of each quarter. So we usually update that as of December 31st. However, with the transition to CBiz and getting the information from Cigna, they did not have that available to get that updated yet. So we will try to get that updated next month and see how that looks.
I appreciate that, Kimberly, and we'll talk about that a little bit when we get into CBiz as far as the document requests and everything and the transition from locked into CBiz and working with Cigna and getting all that information out. So we'll talk about that, but thank you for bringing that up and making sure that that was brought to everybody's attention.
Okay, thank you. Have a good day.
You're welcome. Do we have a motion to approve the financial report?
I'll make a motion.
Cindy Culp makes a motion to approve the financial report. Do we have a second?
I'll second it.
Seconded by Jeff Hayes. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Okay, motion
Aye.
approved. Julie, an update from Cigna.
Yeah, hi everybody. First thing is on the COVID data. So we had January through December, 834 individuals tested. That compares to 721 year-to-date in November. 97 individuals diagnosed, which is about 2.6% of the membership. And then total plan spend was around 125,000. So that compares to about 100 in November. Any questions on that?
No.
And then I thought I would just talk briefly about large claims since, we're still pulling stuff for CBiz, and they're getting their arms around all the fabulous fund reporting and data. So anyway, what we saw in November, total large claims, 10.9 million. December up to 11.6 million, which is about 675,000. Only increase had only 190,000 in new claimants. So the remaining difference there is increase in current claimants. And we're working on a deep dive on the large claim data. So more to come on that, but just kind of want to figure out, what kind of action plans we might recommend based on what's going on there. But as we've discussed, there are a lot of, the large claim report that we provide is over 25,000. So there are a lot of claims in that 25 to 50. I think we've done some analysis on that, or Lockton did. So anyway, just wanted to give you guys an update on that, since CBiz is still getting stuff from us. So
Thank you, Julie. I know you guys are working hard with CBiz and making sure all the documents and everything gets sent over, and that, along with everything else, we're trying to wrap up with open enrollment and the first of the year type stuff. So I appreciate everything you guys are doing on that.
you bet. Happy to do it.
So as everybody knows, we'll move into the next part of the financial report from CBiz. This is going to be our first meeting with CBiz. Just to kind of give you guys a little bit of a background and an update. I met with CBiz. I met with, on the call today with us is Eric, Jonathan, and Caitlin. We met for about an hour, a little over an hour, about a week ago. And kind of, I explained to them kind of how our committee runs, kind of some of the things that we were looking for. We talked about some short-term strategic goals and some long-term strategic goals, and kind of what we need to do as far as a committee with the direction that we've been given from the city manager. If you remember back in October, November, we were talking about the planned funding and everything like that. And we'd kind of talked about, holding fast until we got our new consultants in place so that they could really do a deep dive into the plan and really evaluate everything and go from there, and we can make adjustments from that point. I've expressed this to Eric and his team at CBiz. It's something that they're working on. They're hoping to get that information back to us as soon as possible so that this committee has time to review that information and giving us ample time to make the best decision possible for this plan, but also be able to submit that information to the city manager's office as we get ready to start the budget process. So I'll turn it over to Eric. I'll let him introduce his team. I know they have a couple presentations that they'd like to go through. Eric, I'll turn it over to you and let you go from there.
Perfect. Well, thanks, Mike. And we are really excited to meet you all, and we're very excited to start this partnership. As Mike said, we had a really good call last week to get us up to speed on expectations of the committee. So we understand what we need to be delivering and what the expectations are. So we feel confident that we're on the same page. What we'll do here today is we'll introduce ourselves. Myself, Caitlin Waters, and Jonathan Crass are on the call joining me. We'll do a quick introduction. We'll talk a little bit about what we discussed with Mike, and then we'll go into available financial reporting and some other things, and then really any general comments from you all as far as how best to work with you, I think is a great place to start. I'm Eric Moninghoff. I am the co-team lead with Caitlin, who will introduce herself here in a second. My main role will be as the lead contact for you all. So any questions, any comments, please reach out to me. I will follow up with you all with all of my contact information so you have it. So please direct any contacts, any questions or comments to myself, and then I'll disseminate them to the team, and I'll work with Mike and Brian and Jen on some of those issues and anything that we need to be doing there. My role is, as a team lead, is to marshal resources. It's to work with Cigna and the carriers. It is financial reporting. It's driving innovation and it is making sure that we are addressing your needs and we're evolving with you all. And we are making sure that we are continuing to grow this program, continuing to work with you all as a true partner to make sure that we get the most value and benefit out of your healthcare spend. Caitlin, if you'd like to introduce yourself, and then we'll go to Jonathan. And Jonathan, I know you have a couple of agenda items to get into after that.
Sure. Excuse me. Good morning, everyone. My name is Caitlin Waters. So along with, along with Eric, I will be the team lead on the City of Independence Benefits Team Consultants. I, along with Eric, will help with the strategy. So really working with you guys to plan for what your expectations and goals are in the short term as long as the long term, and really making sure we're introducing some creative cost containment strategies to help save you all money. So that's really our goal is to help with that strategy and implement it and work with Jonathan and his amazing team to execute that and make it happen. So I'll turn it over to Jonathan, but I'm very excited to be here and I'm excited to meet you all and work with you all directly.
Good morning, everybody. I am the aforementioned Jonathan Crass. I'm the senior account exec for the City of Independence benefits team here at CBiz. I'm looking forward to working with everybody. It's my job to kind of make sure that from a day-to-day basis, we are doing what we're supposed to, the carriers are doing what we're supposed to, and then that Eric and Caitlin are kept in check as well, and we're not getting too crazy with some of the stuff we're doing here. But I sent around some slides yesterday afternoon. I want to take a quick look through some of these. I think really this first one here and the second one are some of the more important ones. This just shows you that while you're only looking at a couple of us here on the screen, there's a much larger group that's here to support you all and the benefits program for the city. So I work very closely with Natasha Peterson here, who's our account manager. She's handling a lot of the day-to-day stuff with carriers, communications, things like that. We've got an associate account manager who does a lot of our presentations, communication pieces as well. We've got 2 wellness team members who are here to support wellness initiatives and work with your on-site wellness coordinator, as well as a senior claims rep who will handle any additional claims issue that cannot be handled by the on-site claims person. And then just in spirit of full transparency, we always include this at the bottom of our account management team. These are our bosses. So here we've got Polly Thomas is our business unit president. She runs the entire show for our office for all the employee benefits work that we do. And then Melody Kelly is my direct supervisor. Contact information provided. I mean, as Eric said, if anything comes up, we invite you to come to one of us. But in the event that something needs to go around us for some reason, we very transparent, and that's the leadership of our office. Outside of our office, we're supported by a fantastic team of national resources, really some great leaders in the industry, working on all these items, from well-being, on-site clinic work. Some of the smartest people that I've ever worked with, our national pharmacy practice director, to really get into the pharmacy work, and then our VP of regulatory affairs. She's here in Kansas City, as well as about half of the people on this page, really showing that we've got a lot of local and national resources to help flesh out the entire service offering and making sure that you all are getting what you need. You're being kept abreast of what's on the forefront of the industry, and then best practices based on how the plan's going. So that's the entire team supporting the city. And then this part is the strategic section is typically a long and in-depth section. Each time I present this, I kind of cut it down because it's just to show you from a high level, we're looking at a lot of different things to get to an ongoing strategic plan. This page has a bunch of lines on it because it's meant to be written on in pencil. It's something that we work on, set up, and then we're constantly erasing and updating as the city needs change. So we're putting together goals, short-term and long-term projects based on plan needs. And obviously, when we talked to Mike last week, we've got a lot of very, very immediate goals that we're going to get to work on. We've received a good portion of the data that we've requested from Cigna. There's still a couple outstanding pieces. So Julie, we really appreciate that. Further, we've got a call coming up here the next couple of days with Julie to do, to introduce ourselves and make sure that we're all on the same page and working together as a team. We understand how valued the Cigna relationship is to the city. So we're gonna, don't want to upset the apple cart and want to integrate, not dominate. Really, this goal sheet and this short and long term turns into our 3-year strategic plan, always keeping our eyes on the prize, making sure that we're looking at immediate projects, long-term projects, and then adjusting and amending as necessary. This is supported by a number of slides with cost containment strategies, programs, emerging innovations that are way too in-depth for this kind of introductory meeting. But just know that, as we meet with Brian and Jennifer, we'll start working on these and bring relevant ones to the committee and, make sure that we're all educated and up to speed on what's out there and what's available for the program. I think this is always a fun one to go over because it just shows that there's a lot that happens throughout the year when it comes to, what we're doing. Let's see if I can zoom in on this. So this is kind of where we are right now. We've gotten our broker record letters, which allows us to talk to all the different vendors. We're having this meeting today, and we've started making our requests of the city and of the carriers, collecting our data, working on reviewing everything, analyzing the data. One thing that we are going to work on is getting a data analytics feed up. We have a third-party platform that we use for data analytics to get raw claims data from the carriers and make sure that we're providing analysis based on actual plan performance and plan utilization. We've got we've got compliance, we've got communication, we've got strategy meetings coming up. And as we get everything together, we'll keep financials coming, we'll keep analysis coming, and we'll keep participating on these monthly meetings and making sure that everyone is up to speed and aware, and we're making the plan healthy. And regarding financials, I want to go over, this is the second document I sent. This is a sample of our monthly financial overview. This is kind of an executive summary where we're looking at it. We've got enrollment by plan, net medical claims, pharmacy costs, plan funding, and then this is a high level for large claimants. This is where we really get into details on enrollment by plan, claims, medical and pharmacy claims by plan, stop loss reimbursements, and any sort of fixed expenses, administration fees, stop loss premium, etc. When we look at funding, break it down to the funding to expenses to funding loss ratio, and then the per employee per month costs. We've got a large claim analysis, some ongoing bar and line graphs for plan performance, a year-over-year look, funding versus expenses, an aggregate report if necessary, and month by month, per employee per month plan performance. So a super quick high level summary to show that we've got a number of ways to chop up the data and really look at things, make sure that we're aware of, hey, there was a big problem this month. In April of this year, we had a horrible claims month. And, is that out of the norm? Is it, just kind of a fluke? And we can tie it back to, all right, well, here's April. So what happened in April? And it was because we had an enrollment drop. This was a group that laid off, furloughed about 600 people due to COVID. So they had a drop in enrollment. So all of that being said, I think we can pull together numbers to supply to Kimberly and the folks to make sure that you're getting what you need, whether it's exactly what is currently provided, whether the reporting that we have is going to be sufficient. But we have our standard, and then it's very customizable to what different clients needs. This is kind of the starting point, and then as we work together, you say, well, we don't need per employee per month. We need per member per month. We need per employee per year. Whatever the case is, we don't need. We need one of these for every plan. I'm sure if it exists, we've done it, and if not, we can probably cook it up. As I've told everyone else, if it happens on a spreadsheet, it's one of my favorite things to do, and it usually comes through me here in our office. As looking forward to figuring all that out and working together and coming up with not only the look that you need, but numbers and the program so that we can write the costs, we can make the financial reporting healthy and strong going forward. So I know that was a crap ton of information. Michael, I know this is not the first time you've seen this, but does anybody have any questions or comments on anything?
First off, I'd like to say thank you, Eric and Jonathan and Caitlin. I know you guys are working extremely hard behind the scenes. Julie, thank you very much for helping make this transition as smooth as possible as we make this switch. I do want to throw the disclaimer out here that the numbers in the spreadsheets in this monthly financial report are not the cities.
No.
This is just
these are samples.
We don't need a bunch of people calling the Staywell committee and be like, oh my gosh, what's going on? I would like to talk a little bit about our meeting that we had a week ago, just to make sure that the committee's informed. We did talk a little bit about some of the short-term goals and where we need to be immediately. I mentioned earlier that we've been tasked by the city manager and the council to really do an overview of our plan and stabilize our plan. So I know CBIZ is working on that extremely hard. I know in the very beginning of the month, there was a document released the city had to sign so that Cigna could send them all the information. That's in process. That was a very smooth transition between Jennifer and Brian Kidney and CBIZ. So that's the big thing that we're really working on. Also with developing this monthly financial report. So if anybody in the committee sees anything as you go through it in the next couple of weeks, let me know. I can shoot Eric and Jonathan and the team an email, and we can make sure that we get that up and running for February's meeting. Like I said, our big focus right now is what do we need to do to stabilize our plan financially, because we've all seen it. There's a big hole and we're bleeding, and we need to stop that. And we need to be able to start looking at options to be able to present to the membership and the council and city administration of what we think is going to be the best option for this. Some of the long-term goals that we kind of emphasized on, and Selena, this is going to be in your area, is some of the wellness, bringing our wellness programs up to where we need to be. We've all had a lot of really great ideas, but it seems like we've always run into roadblocks or we've had issues trying to get them started. And then the other big thing too that CBIZ has been very good at, and we've noticed a lot, even when we're going through the presentations of the RFP, was that CBIZ has a very strong communication piece. So that's been something that we've struggled with as a committee for years since I've been on here, is making sure that we get the information and the accurate information out to the membership so that they can make educated choices and decisions. So that those are kind of the two long-term goals, but also one of the other long-term goals is financial stabilization of this plan. I know that's a short-term goal, but it also has to be a long-term goal so that we can predict in the future. So we're trying to avoid being in the situation that we're in. And everybody understands that healthcare is ever evolving and it's constantly changing. So it may make it hard, but the more that we can put in place to help manage this now will help in the long term. So that's kind of where we're at. I'll open it up to the committee if they have any questions, comments, concerns. If you've gone through the example of the monthly financial report, and there's something you'd like to see, please bring it up, and we'll pass it off to CBiz and see what they can do.
Brian, while people are thinking about questions, I will give you a quick update. I'm not sure. I'm sorry, Mike. I'll give you a quick update. We do have a wellness call scheduled for next Wednesday, the 3rd, to kick that process off and get that started. So that's in the works. And then the communication piece we're building that. So that's in development as well.
Does anybody have anything for CBiz? I know this is a lot of information to take on, and I know this is just kind of an introductory meeting. If you can't think of anything, if you have some time, sit down and review the monthly financials. Make sure you understand them so that we can hit the ground running next month. If there's something that you want to see, email me, give me a phone call, and we'll make sure to pass it along to the team and go from there.
Yeah, I just like to say I want to thank everybody for the work that they've done, including you, Mike, in this whole transition. Unfortunately, I didn't get a chance to go over what was sent out late yesterday, but I think listening to all you guys, you definitely have what we need in place as far as like Mike said, we've got to stop the bleeding of this fund. And I appreciate you guys doing everything you can to help us on this.
Well, Jeff, and I appreciate that. And, we're all here for the same reason. We're here to make sure that our members have the best healthcare plan possible. And we have, unfortunately, sometimes we're tasked with those tough decisions of making sure that not only our members are protected, but we're also doing what's in the best interest of this plan as well. So, it takes a lot of us to do that, and it takes everybody on this team, and everybody on this committee. So, if nobody has anything else for CBiz, we'll go ahead and keep moving on. Terry or Jennifer from HR, do you guys have an update?
This is Terry. I'm working on programming the 1095C healthcare coverage forms that are required to go out by at least March 2nd. They did extend the deadlines. So we're working on those and getting those out to our employees and pre-Medicare retirees. And just wrapping up things from open enrollment, and auditing things from that and wrapping that up. That's all I had.
Excuse me. Jennifer, did you have anything?
I don't have anything new. I just really want to reiterate everything that you said, Mike, and that, even though we have a lot on our plate and some big challenges, I can't be more pleased with the partners and the team that are sitting around the table. So I feel really good about that.
Thank you. Selena, good morning. How are you?
Hi, good morning. Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year.
Jeez. Okay, well, we do have quite a bit that's going on with wellness, but I just wanted to start off by saying last year we extended the wellness program to go until December 31st for all of their goals, claims included. So it can take about 4 to 6 weeks for all claims to run through insurance. So we probably won't be getting any of those goals done and the paid time off sent out until I want to say mid-February. We just have to get everybody's claims that go through. If they did their biometric screening on December 28th, or maybe they went and did a preventative exam on the 28th, it might take a month for it to come through. So we want to make sure we get everybody's information in before we get that paid time off. And then also we did already send out the new plan for the wellness for this year. It is a 6-month plan. We're not doing the whole year. So it goes from January 1 until June 30th. So that's already been sent out to the employees And then we're also working on a new virtual workout program for the employees, Cigna and the City of Independence. It's called WellBeats. So it's an app on your phone or your computer, and people can work out wherever they can stream it on their computer or their TV. So we're working to get that sent out to all the employees as well. Last year, we started sending out wellness packages to all the employees, which started probably back in maybe September or October, and then everything was shut down and employees were asked not to come in. So we're still working on getting those out, but I think they should be out by the end of January, beginning of February to all employees. That's just kind of a thank you from the City of Independence, and for, you know, some wellness things for the employees. And then the other thing that we are working on or continuing to do, since September of last year, we started partnering with Hy-Vee to get healthy fruit and healthy snack bars delivered to all the employees that are still working on site. And every month we deliver about 800 pieces of fruit and snack bars to different departments within the city. So we just did that earlier this week to a few different departments. So that's going really well. I've heard great feedback about that. There's never any leftover fruit or snack bars. So people seem to enjoy that. So that's kind of what we're working on right now. And I know next month there'll be some more stuff. So
well, I appreciate it, Selena, and thank you. I know that CBiz, if they haven't been in contact with you, will be in contact to kick off the whole wellness program and kind of start meshing everything together. So I look forward to hearing about that and seeing how those programs are going to run.
Perfect.
So, we'll continue on. I don't think there was any old business. Anybody have any old business that needed to be brought up? Okay. Does anybody have any new business? None? Nobody's got anything new? All right. Eric, I did have one question. Somebody sent me a question on the monthly financials that we'll see back. When you process those, will we see a breakdown of OAP1 and OAP2, or will it just be a combined overall plan?
We can break it down by plan design. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah. And really what Jonathan shared in his email and then on screen, that's just a starting point. We'll edit those to fit whatever, within our capabilities, obviously, but we'll look to fit whatever is best for you all. That's just a general guideline to start with, and then we'll make it work with you. Those are going to be living documents, just like our goals and our 3 to 5 year strategy. Those are going to be ever evolving. So whatever you guys need, we'll get those for you.
Thank you very much.
If you look at the sample, the claims are broken down by silver plan, gold plan, and platinum plan. That was this group had plans of 3 plans of that name, so you can list out, or it does list out the claims by plan.
Okay, thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if nobody has anything else, our next scheduled meeting is going to be Wednesday, February 24th at 8:30 a.m. Like I said, we'll continue. I'll send out agendas and minutes a week before and send out the invites. As far as I know at this time, I don't see anything in the future of us being able to meet in person. So we'll have to continue on our virtual format until that time when we're able to start getting back together. So if we don't have any other business, do we have a motion for adjournment?
Motion.
Motion made by Jeff. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a second from Cindy Colt. All in favor, say aye.
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 Motion approved. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. We've got a long couple months ahead of us, but I appreciate everybody, and I hope everybody has a safe, wonderful week.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Have a good one.